Keep on working.
Keep on
like work.
Something more lengthy. Keep
Oh,
on
no.
working isn't gonna make a good
Okay.
video.
No. Just what do I gotta say? I can't do it. I don't know what to say. I'm just bad at these things.
Take a moment. It's okay. It's like very much putting someone on the spot. I've realized that like as of today, it's like maximum pressure. Hey man, wanna say some stuff to people you don't know?
Well, let's just see. Okay, I noticed that the young people that are working nowadays, they better
put the recording on.
Okay. You notice that the young people not working nowadays and on the streets and that, well, by the time they get to be 60 or 65, they're going to be living on a pension of $500 a month.
Okay.
If you don't work, you don't get your, your, what is it, Canada pension, your old age pension.
Right. You don't pay into it.
You don't pay into it, you're not going to get nothing.
Right.
So what you're going to do is end up being on OW, they call it now.
Yeah.
Used to be welfare.
Right.
And that's only 600 and something a month.
Mm-hmm.
So where are you going to live for that?
Right.
So, yeah, pardon me. So
the tip for the young kids is go work early.
Get your money into your and get a job where there's a retirement plan.
Unlike mine, right?
Yeah. You got to put in your own money. Yeah. So no, but you're doing all right.
All right.
Yeah.
So
right. Work. That's what you got to do.
Anything else?
Nope.
That's the advice.
Yep.
After
I'm at the high end. My son's at the low end. He needs that advice every day.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
All right.
Because he's homeless. Wasn't for me, he'd be homeless.
Yeah.
Notice the son always lives with the mother. The daughter's gone. She's doing her own thing.
Your daughter.
She just came back from Jamaica yesterday.
Right.
After that earthquake, they all got on planes.
So what does she do?
She does everything really. She's a physiotherapist.
Oh man.
And she's financial advisor. And she helps kids in hospitals or people in hospitals that have just had their legs off or feet or hands or whatever. Okay. She's on call for that in case somebody wants to talk.
Okay.
And just a couple of weeks before she went to Jamaica, she had a call that this friend of hers had a friend of hers that was in that had to get their leg cut off because they've got that flesh-eating disease from a cut.
Okay.
From a cut. Right. So he was just freaking out. So she said, "Could you just please come and talk to him?" And she said, "Okay, I'll come talk." Because she's so quiet and she relaxes everybody. Yeah. And she's really good.
I would think that's like a pretty intense situation. If someone comes to tell you, "Hey, you know that cut you got on your leg?"
Yeah.
Well, now we're gonna have to cut the whole thing off.
It was just like it just started to eat it. It's just
that's what happens, right? Flesh-eating bacteria.
Yeah. So anyway.
So how come your two kids took such
different routes?
Different routes, yeah.
I do not know.
No idea.
They both had the same advantages.
Same household, same parents.
And the parents worked all the time. You know, we worked, and I worked, I babysat, I went to school. I wanted to get my grade 12 diploma before I was 40, and I did.
Okay.
So I went to school. It used to be called Open Door. Mm-hmm. Went to school, so I went from 9 to quarter to 12. I worked at Swiss Chalet. I had to be there for 12. So if I went down Westmount, if I hit this one light green, I could get there and get into my uniform. Yeah. But if I hit it red, I was late. Oh my God. I would try and get this light green every day. But no, it didn't work all the time. But they knew I was going to school. And then, so I'd always...
So you had just a small window to get from school to
work. And
it all depended on a light.
A green light, right?
So what happens on the days that you hit the red light?
Well, then I was late.
But they're like, it's okay.
Because I explained I just got out of school, so they were okay. Well, because I didn't miss a customer, like they sit your customers at tables.
Right.
So if I wasn't there, they would just sit them at another table till I got there, which was maybe 5 minutes later. So, because at that time you had to change into your uniform and so run up, run down, so then I had to come home, take care of the kids, make supper, go do groceries, and I didn't have a car. So.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So how did you do all that? How do you make that light if you have no car? Were you like
well, no, No, this was a little before that. No, I did. I had a car at that time.
Okay.
At that time, yeah. My husband had just bought me this little white car from the neighbors, so that's how I did it. Like I couldn't do it by bus.
But before the car, you were like grocery shopping
Yeah.
and like walking at home or something.
Oh yeah. It used to be, in Westmount, Victoria Hills. I used to live there.
Okay.
It used to be like a Dutch boy. That used to be a Dutch boy instead of the food basics or Freshco now used to be called a Dutch boy. So
Okay.
they had a little Dutch boy on the corner of Dale Grove and Ingleside.
Right.
So it was like about 4 blocks up to my place. So I'd bring groceries home and I'd have to stop a little bit, pick up the kids on the way home from getting groceries, get them up the hill and then to our house and everything. And
did you live at the same place you do now, or?
No, I owned a house on Ingleside.
Okay.
It was a raised bungalow. Basement was in the bottom, and there was no underground, just a basement. So we had a bar in our bedroom down there, and then you go upstairs, and there's a kitchen, dining room, 3 bedrooms upstairs.
Okay.
So, and it's a flat roof, so every time it like freezes, like now, you would hear a crack.
Interesting.
And then we bought a house on Rossford, a bungalow, because we said, well, as we get older, because we were going to be there for life, but bought a house on Rossford Crescent, a bungalow that had 3 bedrooms, and so then we made one of the bedrooms into our bigger dining room, a big giant dining room, and we had a great big table. We had our table made out of maple or something. I think it was maple. And we had 6 captain chairs, and then we found the china cabinet that was half done. The back was out, the glass wasn't in, so we restored all that. And that was our dining room. It looked all perfect. And my husband made me, used to collect bird plates. So he made me a cabinet that he had a little wood workshop downstairs.
Okay.
So he made me a cabinet that held my 50 plates that I collected.
Okay.
And then the rest of them, where he made me like a railing on top of the dining room all the way around for all the rest of my plates. So, yeah. He could have put a train set up there or something, but it's for my plates.
So which kid is the older kid?
Sean.
Sean is the older kid. And you have 2 children total.
Yeah, I just have 2.
Interesting.
So,
Very interesting.
Sean turns 50 on March the 20th.
So what did he do anything like significant before, or?
His father was a painter.
Yeah,
and
he talks about him painting too.
Yeah, he taught him how to paint. So, but he was in had his own business. We had his own business. I took a bookkeeping course at high school to be his bookkeeper.
Yeah.
And then we got audited one year.
Okay.
The auditor came in, from Ottawa. I guess he drove down because we were audited. So I had all my paperwork done, and I said, I cannot see why we would be audited. Like, who made you say that? Like, he said, oh, I don't know. Somebody phoned on you, And I said, what? Okay, what are you talking about? And I said, there's all the paperwork. So he took a while, to go through it. So he said, I do not know why I was called here. This is just a waste of my time. He said, I thought we were talking into the millions you owed. Millions. Right. We didn't even make $30,000 a year. But
do you think it would have been someone you know that called this person down on you?
I do not know. But it ended up, we did owe them $86. Okay. And he said, I don't believe why I was called. Like, for all the paperwork from...
But they wouldn't tell you who called.
No, they didn't.
Okay.
Who called? Like, $86. Okay. From, and at that time we were leasing a van. Right. And then, so that went into, it was a business van. So you could take that off, plus you could take off a little bit of the gas. Right. So I didn't overdo anything, Yeah. I did what we were supposed to do, so, somebody phoned us. Phoned on us. Yeah.
So what happened to his business then?
Oh, well, Harry couldn't work no more. So he even asked
Sean.
Well, Sean was even asked Harry couldn't work no more if he wanted the business, and Sean said no.
He just said no.
Just said no, I don't want it.
But wasn't he painting at the time?
Yeah.
So he just decided, oh well, I'm not gonna solo this.
I'll work for somebody else. I don't want the trouble I don't want the trouble.
But did he end up working for someone else?
Yeah, he did. His father just closed the business.
And how did that go? Like, did he stop at some point, or?
He did just a little while ago, like 2 years ago. He stopped painting because he hurt his knee.
But he was working regularly before that.
No, he couldn't. He couldn't work on a Friday because Friday was payday, so he'd probably go in Friday for a little bit. But he never worked Mondays. He had to have this long weekend.
Right.
And your boss even phoned him up for a Saturday or something, and he said, "Oh no, it's my Saturday. I have to go to the market and get my groceries for the week," because he didn't live here with me.
Okay.
He lived down Sterling Avenue.
Right.
He always has to be close to his mother. So, anyway, and then he hurt his knee one day, and I said to him, "Get to the hospital and get onto compensation, so they could check it out, you know." And he said, "Oh no, it'll get better." So what has he got now? Bad knee. So he says, "I can't work with my knee." I said, "Well, you're not staying here forever." Oh, are we still on?
We're still on.
Oh, I thought we were done a long time